Good morning, friends. Good morning, sir. Professor Pandey, Professor Kansal, Professor Dhal, other distinguished faculty, organizers like Professor Saxena, beloved students. First, before I start, wish you all best of everything, because I can see from your faces, you are not here. You're thinking of the event which is going to happen. Right? Yes. Right or wrong? Yes. Absolutely. Your face is safe. Well, my problem is so many big words have been used by these two directors or madam that it's difficult to stand to that. Maybe some of that is true or not true, but the fact is, I think I have come here to meet with the young people who are the future of India and probably the future of the world also. Why I am saying so? Long back means before COVID, I was asked to say how can India excel, and I gave a talk on how to make India visual using CS, IT as a tool or area. From that day, then COVID came, and now the wars are going on. And if we all agree, if this war continues the way it is going on, you never know whose nut goes loose, and one or two atoms here and there are exploded, then satellites will be off and telecom will be off. And if networking goes, what happens to IT? That's likely future of the world. Understand? I'm not trying to present a big future, but not recognizing reality is also not a very wise thing. Why I'm saying this background? Actually, it is this generation who has to find a path forward for the worst scenario also. When I was listening to Professor Pandey, I had a prompt in the mind to say that I had heard Chief of Army Staff General Pandey, he also uses similar words. If you lose here, that's nothing. Your journey is important. You have come up to this point, you will be doing your job, that's more important. Success, one or two or not two, makes no difference. Your satisfaction. I must thank you for all this. The point I'm wanting to hint at you is, we have known for a long time, right? And one thing which I was very happy when last time you reminded me, that there was a talk which I had given probably in which he remembered, and it is my mistake. But what was that? I'm not going to that point. I'm going, the basis of that talk was, no subject on this earth is difficult. No problem on this, in this existence is unsolvable if your fundamentals are good. If your basics are good. Are you getting the point which I am trying to? Why I am saying this, that this is what is important to you. Before coming, we were talking on one or two points. I have met some people who have done probably I.T.E and PhD and did not know the difference between a database and database management system. Right? That was not their mistake. It was the lack of those who have taught them and did not make them understand that data is data, base is base, management is management, and science is science. What are you working? Take care of basics, everything will be perfect. You getting my point what I'm coming to? You are all wonderful coders, so I'm not talking about coding. You are all wonderful IT experts, that's why you are in the IT page competition. So there's nothing much to talk about. 2 years back, before COVID, when we used to open the net, the list used to be emerging technologies. And there will be a huge list of virtual reality, this, that, including cloud, IoT and whatnot. That's past. That is past for one reason, you already know it, internet is with everybody, and everybody reads the same book, whether it is the teacher or the student. Right? The point I am going to energize you, make you aware, and make you think for future is slightly ahead of it. Why I am doing it? Because if you are here, you are not in the routine run. You are already moved ahead. You are willing to compete. As Professor Pandey was saying, first you learn, then you develop confidence, and then comes the stage. I don't think overconfidence limit will come, because there is so much to learn that itself will take time to become experts in that. But expertise is important. That is where today the knowledge and skill, which was the skill was a missing element. In fact, most engineering colleges had huge type of workshops, which probably nobody ever used. Those were created with all the expenditure for getting approvals. Either the right trainers were not available or right tools were not available. Reason, most engineers went without hands-on experience, and result, you know what is happening to the engineering education in the country. World, I won't say in the country. Okay. Point I am coming to is, you are already good. You are working in an area where workshop is really not so important. Because even if you have a fairly advanced mobile with you, you can do your Python on the mobile itself. Right? So you really don't need a laboratory and you don't need any workshop. You are in a world where all the time, when you have time available, you can develop your knowledge and you can become experts. Right? So why there is a still need to look forward if you can become experts? The point I take you back is the scenario of COVID. I'm sure you all have seen. Again, people like me have seen little more because we were supposed to be in the danger zone. You know, what is called sensitive class, who can get affected anytime. Right? But modern science, the development of medicines using the AI-based healthcare tools, they not only developed the vaccine in the shortest time, they even developed the method of communicating to the extent that your certificate was available to you on your phone. Right? This is the level of expertise which India acquired thanks to COVID. Otherwise, before COVID, if you ever asked anybody to give an online lecture, they will tell you 20 things, a camera is not there, a computer is not there, so this is not there. But in COVID, those who had probably not even made a proper PowerPoint presentation earlier became experts and were delivering lecture there. You understand? This is what the necessity can produce. The point I am coming is, technology, if you see, it is evolving every day. There are two ways of winning the race. Because you are in the race today, there are two ways of winning the race. First is, you run with everybody, follow the track. Second is, you try to find out which is the best possible path. This is what AI was doing. AI was based on search algorithms. They reached the end, and literally in 80s, towards the 80s end, AI came to a dead end. Till machine learning and deep learning revived it, and today AI is taken you to the ChatGPT, where you can write a novel without becoming a novelist. Is that point correct? So technology can make you expert, and competing in that area, that we will do it from beginning, will not be a very wise thing, because we do not have wherewithal, we do not have that infrastructure which develops that level of hardware. But what is which we have and many don't have, that is where you are. You have a mobile in the hand and you are an IT expert. Right? You have an analytical thinking capability which scientists are trying to emulate into artificial intelligence. But you have it already. God has given it. It is a brain-mind model which all the scientists are trying to copy. Right? And you already have it. It does not require any HP or IBM capability. Understand? With your own simple grassroots capability, which is available in the villages and towns and cities everywhere in India, you are in a position to become experts. Right? That capability is your capability to analyze, your capability to look forward, go beyond the normal, find the optimum path and move forward. This is what is needed in IT for success. Everything else is tools. It will be available somewhere or the other. But the what is cannot be bought, what cannot be fully taught, partially it can be taught, but cannot be fully taught, but can be acquired is this capability of looking into the life and world analytically, find out the problem areas and find a solution possible. Right? And I said that easy to find a problem because everybody faces it, but difficult to find a solution because everybody does not think at that way. Right? This capability you all those ones here, otherwise you won't have been here today at least. Right? So since you have that capability, the point which I want to present to you is a very simple. Right? बता देना जब ओवरशूट क्योंकि ध्यान नहीं रहता ना उसको that point is world today, not just India, world is being driven by the development which are done in the West. Right? To the extent that atom bomb also has come from there. To the extent even the Gaza war people are talking of a likely atom bomb dropping there. The place where the people should have been playing with crackers, they are talking of atom bomb. This is what the Western development has. Okay? We are at a little loss at this point. Reason, India started well because I come from the generation which is ever since technology started in India, independent India. Right? We had wonderful start. We had semiconductor complex. We had electronic development centers. We were doing wonderful in components. But somewhere, Koreas and other places, they came and our policy makers took a decision that we will get from outside. Import is a better substitute rather than doing it in-house. As a result, what has happened is, if somebody else runs for you, walks for you, whose legs will become strong? The person who is doing it, you know, by watching nobody becomes strong. For becoming strong, you have to become strong. We lost that race at some stage. But we have not lost the capability. That is the important point. ISRO, DRDO, and even telecom to some extent have been doing their own indigenous development, and I have been part of all three. So I know about it, that our systems were as up to date as the world. I recall our one, there is a subject which is called electronic warfare. My laboratory, DRL in Hyderabad, had developed a receiver which was as capable as the latest developed by the Western world. You understand? Probably slightly better because it was for the Indian environment. But it was not allowed to be mass produced or success. Reason? Import history. But our scientists did not give up that development and they continued. So our base adjusts. Development base adjusts, but capability has got reduced. The point which I am trying to highlight at this moment is you are all brought up on IT infrastructure which is a gift from the Western developments. If the current war continues the way it continues, as some Indian astrologers like Professor Vasist say that it will go to 2027, then philosophers say Satyug will come, but reality means Kali-Yuga will end. You understand the difference between the two? Kali-Yuga is what? Material world. Kali-Yuga. Kali means equipment, machines. This Yuga will be over and next yug of truth, that is your intellectual activities, will start. Okay? If it continues till today. If it does not continue, in any case you have your mobiles which are getting updated and which are as good as the supercomputer in your own hands. So you continue with those developments. Point I am trying to hint you or bring you at is, with all your capabilities you acquire in IT, computers and whatever else you call it in the name of AI, etc. Because I don't have to use words, drones, even the streetwalker knows what is a drone and streetwalker knows what is a robot. Only thing what they don't know what happened 2 days back in the UK. Elon Musk, while talking to Rishi Sunak, what did he say? It is frightening the way AI is going on. Don't fall into the trap of robots. These were the words of Elon Musk as an advice to the Prime Minister of UK. Why? Because I remember, I'm sure many of you also must have, when Deep Blue Computer defeated Kasparov in chess game. Kasparov was the world champion. Everybody said, how? Machine can defeat a human being? But he was defeated. You understand? Same situation is coming now. Intelligent robots as soldiers will enter the warfare. They are destroying the tunnels in Gaza already in use. Drones, you all know. The whole war scenario was changed between Azerbaijan and Armenia just by drones. Okay? If these developments continue at this level, what will be left? Grass, which will have been burnt by them. But what will remain is something else. Okay? The capability to think, analyze and find the next path, which is in your brain-mind system, will continue to be there, and this is what you have to manage. Right? After that lecture in, this was in, what was that? This institute? Next institute was AKG. On Telecom Day, I gave you, it was Telecom Day, so he talks there, and I said, why don't you work on telepathy as a scientist, not as a soothsayer or astrologer? Right? At that time, an experiment was conducted between India, from Trivandrum to France, using internet for telepathy. Okay. How they did it? They put electrodes all around the brain to capture the brain waves, and thoughts are nothing but modulated brain waves, right? So they captured the thoughts, transmitted on internet to France, and France person responded. This is a recorded experiment, right? Question is, that equipment will fail if the war continues, if telepathy still will remain, and who can do it? Indians. Indians will be the best people available, right? So this is how you can become the leaders of the world, teach the world new technologies. Because in this country, aeroplane existed when the world did not know how to walk properly. In this country, people knew how to travel from one planet to another planet when people did not know how to see the end of the earth. You understand that? Yeah, you all have read. These are the stories coming from Vedas, Mahabharata, Puranas, right? You all have read. Point I am saying, these are not stories. These are realities. These things can happen only like you are doing your programming. I don't know how many of you know BASIC as a programming language. Have you heard it? Fortran? सुना कि नहीं सुना कभी? अब पाइथन जानते हो, ठीक है? पाइथन में तो मुंह से बोल दिया तो प्रोग्राम लिखा जाएगा. But at that time you have to write every line yourself. You understand? This is like in the tree of life, a cell grows to become a human being. Cell also knows how to do thinking. Cell also survives, makes food. Cell. You understand what I'm talking? Cellular structure. A cell is a living computer, but at an unconscious or subconscious level. Human beings are the computer living at conscious and superconscious level. Modern science does not know it yet properly. This is where I want you people to think about. The brain-mind system which is being copied into artificial intelligence is not just neurons. It is not the structure of the electronic bionic devices in the brain. There is something more also, and I have defined it. Why I'm saying I have defined it, because if it is called wrong, I will be blamed, you will not be. Brain is the computer, hardware, and mind is the software of the brain-mind model. माइंड की जो बड़ी बड़ी बात चलती है ना, मन कहते हैं कंट्रोल में रखो, ठीक है, वो बेसिकली आपकी सॉफ्टवेयर है। वो तो आपने ऑलरेडी परमात्मा ने डेवलप कर दी, आपको कैपेबिलिटी दे दी टू हैव द सिक्स्थ सेंस, टू अवेकन योर सिक्स्थ सेंस एंड सी बियॉन्ड विदाउट टेलीकॉम। दैट इज वेयर इंडिया मस्ट वर्क। If you want, after the Holocaust, if it ever takes place by any chance, you will never know. After all, America dropped on Hiroshima one atom bomb. Tomorrow also, who says America never yesterday only announced we have developed 20 times more destructive atom bomb than before. As if others don't know and others won't know. Today, at least 7 countries have the known, and I think a dozen countries have unknown atom bombs already. If one will drop, others will also explode their crackers. The result you can understand what will happen. If that scenario happens, who are the ones who will lead the world? The mankind will survive. The world will survive. Societies and the creation is not going to finish, because we are not even halfway through yet in the journey to the end of life. Right? We are just in the middle somewhere. Right? There is still billions years to go forward. So people will have to lead, and Indians can take the lead. I am thankful to our Prime Minister. I have nothing to do with politics, but I am thanking him because he at least is making people aware of one thing: that Indian culture or Indian philosophy also is important. Right? After all, Ayush nobody talked about easily. But Ayush is important, and today there are centers everywhere. Right? You all IT experts need to recognize the future path and start developing algorithms how to move on those paths in case the necessity arises. Because one saying which Professor Pandit did not say in our defense is, those who are prepared, they are equipped. Are you getting it? Those who are, he said learning, but preparation is ahead of that. Preparing for something unforeseen is the one which makes an army or a defense force to win the game. You as the soldiers of the next generation of IT, what need to find out what can make us the leaders of tomorrow. And it is in your hands. Okay? How to confirm what I am saying has some meaning? Shall I show you something? Sure? Okay, put your hands like this. और आगे तो ये सोच रहे हैं आईटी का कॉन्सेप्ट मिल जाएगा। कहानी कौन सी सुनानी है, क्या मॉडल बनाना, आधे से करो आगे, ठीक है? आंखें बंद करो। आंखें क्यों बंद की जा रही है? सुन लो एक सेकंड। 80% disturbance, 85% disturbance is from the visual signals. Okay? So if you will close your eyes, your brain-mind system will have 85% extra capacity to work silently. Getting the point? Close your eyes. I am sure whatever religion you believe on this earth, there is some creator in your religion. Call him God, call him Allah, call him Bhagwan, call him Vaheguru, call him whatever name. Say, God, please grant me self-realization. अपने मन में कहो, आंखें बंद करके कहो, आंखें खोल कर कहोगे तो ना आपको समझ में आएगा ना अंदर वाले को समझ में आएगा, अंदर आपकी जो आत्मा रहेगी। हे परमात्मा, मुझे आत्म साक्षात्कार, God please grant me self-realization. वाहे गुरु मुझे मेरी रूह का आभास कराओ. हे अल्लाह मुझे मेरी रूह से मिलाओ. God please grant me self-realization. हे परमात्मा मुझे आत्म साक्षात्कार. Just tell yourself, close eyes, silently in your heart. आँख खोलो. नींद आ गई? ऐसा मौका कहाँ मिलता है क्लास में, कहेंगे आँख बंद करके बैठ जाओ. ये तो हंसी की बात है, लेकिन सच्चे मन से अपने आप से कुछ पूछो, कुछ हुआ? जो दिमाग तुम्हारा घोड़े की तरह दौड़ रहा था वो शांत हुआ? जिसको किसी को थोड़ा ठंडा गर्म लगा, कोई सेंसेशन बर्निंग वगैरह हुई? अगर किसी को भी हुई, नहीं हुई तो फिर ट्राई कर लेना एक बार. ये वो पावर है क्रिएटर की जो आपके अंदर है, असको. समझ रहे हैं आप? ये वो पावर है जिसको कोविड के टाइम पे कह रहे थे अपनी इम्यूनिटी को उठा लो, अपनी इम्यूनिटी को उठा लो. ये इम्यूनिटी का सोर्स है जो मैंने आपको बताया. आप इसको जब प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, इसको कुंडलिनी अवेकनिंग बोलते हैं. वर्ड कुंडलिनी में जानबूझ के यूज नहीं कर रहा था क्योंकि फ्राइटनिंग वर्ड है. बहुत लोग सोचते हैं कुंडलिनी, अरे कुंडलिनी तो जगह ही नहीं जा सकती. सब कुछ हो सकता है और इंडियंस कर सकते हैं. दैट इज द path forward visualize and this is the highest programming. मैडम ने एक वर्ड यूज किया था, लाइट एंड डार्कनेस. ज्योति के बारे में क्या था वो? अगर आप अपने ओरिजिन पे वापस जाएं, मेरा टाइम निकलता हूँ तो बता दें. अगर आप ओरिजिन पे वापस जाएंगे तो ओरिजिन किससे शुरू हुआ? कितने हैं या साइंटिफिक व्यू वाले? बिग बैंग का नाम सुना है? क्या क्यों नहीं कहने में क्या इसको चाहता है? बिग बैंग क्या था? एक्सप्लोजन ऑफ एनर्जी इन स्पेस, इन साइलेंस. लेकिन बिग बैंग से पहले क्या था? साइंटिस्ट इस सवाल को पूछ नहीं रहे थे. ओनली 2 years back this question got raised and Indians have always been knowing that there was silence before Big Bang. लेकिन साइलेंस को सोचते हैं साइलेंस कुछ होता ही नहीं है. क्या विज्ञान में ऐसा कुछ है जो होता नहीं है? There is always something for something. For everything to happen, there has to be something. Even silence has to have something, and that is called Brahma Chaitanya, the conscious energy of God. आप लोगों ने आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पढ़ी है, ब्रेन डायग्राम पढ़ी है. ब्रेन डायग्राम में 3 इंटेलिजेंस बताई गई है. कौन कौन सी है? ह्यूमन इंटेलिजेंस, एनिमल इंटेलिजेंस एंड आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. ठीक है. एक्चुअल में उसकी 5 होनी चाहिए. पहली मैटर की इंटेलिजेंस. अगर मैटर में इंटेलिजेंस नहीं होगी तो जो मैटर से बनेगा उसमें कहां से इंटेलिजेंस आ जाएगी? दूसरी सेल इंटेलिजेंस. अगर एक सेल के अंदर इंटेलिजेंस नहीं होगी तो ग्रो कैसे करेगी? तब उसके बाद जो है एनिमल इंटेलिजेंस और उसके बाद ह्यूमन इंटेलिजेंस और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को इंसान का. आप समझ रहे हैं क्या कर रहा हूं आपको? ये है जो फील्ड्स आपको डेवलप करनी है. अभी तक आप लटके हुए हैं सर्च पे, ठीक है, एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम पे. न्यूरॉन मिल गया तो एएनएन को पकड़ लो, ठीक है, एडवांस्ड एएनएन को पकड़ लो. इस सब से आगे चलते और ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट व्हाट मेक्स मैटर वर्क. जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है वो कैसे काम करता है, क्यों करता है, कौन कराता है? तो फोर्स होगी. विज्ञान में बड़ा क्लियर है. फॉर एवरी एक्शन देयर इज अ कॉज, ओनली आफ्टर दैट रिएक्शन. उस कॉज को ढूंढो, रूट को ढूंढो. दैट्स द बेसिक साइंस. ओके. फॉर इंडिया टू बिकम द लीडर इन द वर्ल्ड, द सोर्सेस start thinking about the source of everything. Start from origin, move towards the development, and you will be not only the leaders, but you will be the gurus of the next generation. Thank you very much.